My name is Kyle Durham and I'm paid by trade, and I'm a farmer from the soybean capital of the world, Norburn, Missouri. A sixth-generation farmer. Farm with my dad. We grow about 2,300 acres of corn and soybeans. The majority of the crops that we grow on our farm are destined to be livestock feed predominantly. Additionally, corn goes into ethanol production and soybeans into biodiesel production, but by far the feeding of animals, both domestically and worldwide, is the #1 consumer of those crops. In agriculture, we come across a lot of challenges throughout the year, and there are a lot of variables that go into farming. Some variables we can control, from seed selection to timing of harvest and planting, and there are variables that are outside of our control too, such as weather and other climatic events. What I see in trade is that this is a situation that we can have some control over. It's an artificial barrier that's really hindering us at this time. So when we look at the current trade situation, it has led to a decrease in the price of corn and soybeans here at the farm level. And the longer that sort of a situation carries on, the larger the impacts it will have, both from a financial standpoint and just a market uncertainty point here on the farm. So what we would like to see is at least some sort of certainty in the market going forward. So what we see in times of depressed commodity prices like we're in now is everybody tightens their belt, and that could be anything from adjusting what seed we're putting in the ground, the amount of fertilizers and other inputs that are applied to the crop. It could be a factor of continuing to run the same equipment for longer than we had originally intended, opting to repair rather than replace. We start to examine things like debt to equity ratios, and the lowest cost producers are the ones that are going to be able to hang on the longest. And unfortunately, in a long situation like that, it may eventually squeeze some of the less effective producers out. Trade is vital to the agriculture industry. Farmers in the U.S. have gotten so good at producing what they produce that we far surpass what we can consume domestically. So trade is an important piece of making sure that farmers remain profitable. I'm Kyle Durham and I'm paid by trade.